What's up, Sice Life fam? It's your boy Yam.
I'm Lee.
And we back today with another video recording live from China. You already know we still here. More strength, more love to you guys. Bless up. Sice me, don't sice me. It's here, y'all. It's here. This is gonna be a lengthy video. We want to tell y'all right now. This is not gonna be. We're not gonna be able to get this out quickly.
Exactly. We want to get all this information out to you guys.
And it's so much. So we hope you guys stick through this full video and really learn something about credit, because to be honest, we were researching like how to raise our credit for a long time, but we just always saw like like sketchy stuff, or like pay something now and your credit go up, and we ain't trying to worry about the IRS, you know what I'm saying, like coming back late and all this extra stuff. So
we want to make sure everything legit. Like.
Right. So this is what we did, and it's worked for us, you know what I'm saying. You ain't gotta believe us, you ain't gotta do it, but it works for us. We're not gonna
say it's gonna work for you. We don't know your situation. Everybody has different situations, but this is what worked for us, and it worked. So
right.
We want to share our story
and explain to you in definition or in detail how we did it.
And if you guys like this video, and only if you love it, hit the thumbs up and follow us on all our social medias: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, of course,
Snapchat, everything. So we can reach more people.
Exactly.
Send us a screenshot to this video to Twitter so we can reply and retweet, so you got some love.
Always.
And yeah, join us on Instagram, Sice Your Life. We are on there.
Yeah.
Every day. You gotta join us on Instagram so you can get with the updates.
Keep up, man. Keep up.
So let's jump into this video.
Let's go.
We should put like something super cool here, like.
Action.
Credit. How do you build your credit the legal way?
I know. Man, that's real.
So we got 5 steps for you guys, and a whole rack of tips.
First, if you guys didn't know, we paid off a huge chunk of our student loan debt.
$35,000 since June 5th. Today is October 3rd, 2018.
We did a video on that, so if you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you go check that out right now.
So our information that we're giving you guys comes from our financial advisor. We paid $600 for a financial advisor to have a consultation with him, ask him all the questions we have about money, and to give him all the information that we have, accounts, everything, so that he can advise our finances. He can set a plan for us for what we need to do and what we want to do. So basically, I mean, a lot of people have come to us with questions, and we've been able to help 98% of people. There's a couple people that, like 2% of people that come to us and it's like, oh, okay, well this is what we did, not sure, but we can help you look it up.
Yeah.
But for the most part, all of the things that our situation scenario is relatable for most other people's too.
Exactly.
So even if you're not paying your student loans, a lot of people have debt of some sort, consumer debt or something. So just it works for most people.
Right. So we'll get into that. Another thing is we've raised our credit score, just so you guys know. We want to show you guys. We showed you guys in an update that we did. We raised our credit score from what? Mine was 596.
No, yours was 603.
No, mine was 603.
And now it's at
737, baby.
Welcome to the good credit club.
Hey,
and I started at 596. I didn't even know it. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And now I'm at 742 in the good credit club. And I have good credit. Like, I'm never gonna stop saying that. I never would have thought I had good credit.
It's crazy.
Like, I got good credit. Like, what? Who got good credit? I got good credit.
Crazy.
I can go like buy something, maybe like check your credit, because they're gonna look at me and be like, all right, let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna be like, how about that credit score though, bro?
I know.
What that's doing for me, because I know that 742 helping something out.
So we went from what, fair or no?
We went from poor.
Poor.
We was in poor, needs help, to fair to good.
To good. Within how many months was that?
Since June, October.
Since
a couple months.
June. We're excited about this because our goal for this year was 720, and now we're over our goal. We're higher than our goal.
I know this is getting out of hand, but guys, we really want to stress the point that you can do this too. Like, we are no different from you guys.
Exactly.
There's no excuse of you guys got each other. There's two people. Okay, well, we got two different sets of loans. You know what I'm saying? She got a loan that's $8,000 something. I got a loan that's $8,000 something. You know what I'm saying? It all adds up.
There's no excuse that we're in China.
Right. You know, we literally sacrifice family time and miss weddings and baby births and stuff so that we can put ourselves in a position to do this. So even if you can't leave, I mean, some people are grounded in a place they can't leave. Even if you can't leave your city, your family, your area, I mean, there's still ways of doing it, you know, increasing your cash flow, becoming better at the things you're already doing, making more money at what you're already making money at.
Increasing your skills, side hustles, many different ways.
And just, you know, rebudgeting, sacrificing more things on your budget you don't need to have those exotic seasonings. You don't need candles, you don't need smell goods, you don't need to buy new stuff every month. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, once you get to that point in your mind you want to do this, like, I mean, you can really do it no matter you put $200 down a month or $2,000 down a month. You know what I'm saying? We are the same.
Exactly.
Put our jaws on one leg at a time. I seen her jumping her jaws one time before, but...
Hey, you know how I feel.
So let's get into this thing. 5 steps. Step numero uno. How eat. Number 1. First thing you want to do is open up a credit card.
Hey.
This is crazy because we thought that since we didn't have a credit card, we didn't have bad credit.
Right.
We was like, I ain't got bad credit because I ain't got a credit card. I was like, if I just don't get a credit card, I don't have to worry about having bad credit. I'll be good. But the thing about it is you can't, like, when you get to a point where you want to buy like houses, cars, and all that other extra stuff, you know, they're going to check your credit. You have to have good credit. You have to have a line of credit, and you get credit even if you don't have a credit card. You know what I'm saying? We have credit from our loans that we took out from student loans back in 2008.
We had no idea.
We have a credit history. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have credit out there. Some credit is good credit, some credit is bad credit, some credit is just like not good or bad credit. It's just credit. But you have credit out there. So what you need to do is control it.
The sooner you start building your credit, the better.
Right. Right. But at the same time, I was saying, be ready for it, the journey. Like, you could say the sooner the better, but I wasn't ready to do this, like, when we graduated.
Right.
Like, I wasn't ready. You gotta be
you
ready.
weren't knowledgeable.
I wasn't knowledgeable, yeah, and if I was knowledgeable, I would have been more ready, but at the same time, I don't think I was at the point where I wanted to throw all of my money. I just started making money. It's like, I wasn't ready to give all that money up for a loan. Some people aren't ready for that. Some people are ready. You were more ready. You was like, I'm trying to get this thing done, get it over with. Me, I was gone. Step number 1, open up a credit card because you need to have credit. You want to get a credit card that works for you. You want to stay away from any annual fees. You don't want to pay any fees to have your credit card. You may think that it's not a lot, but every bill, every fee you have that adds on is just more money you have to pay. So no annual fees. Find a card that works for you. For us, people that, you know, maybe would like to travel, maybe we'll look for a card that has flight miles or something. If you buy a lot of groceries or you drive a lot, you might want to look for something for gas or something like that. But for the first time you get your first credit card, you might not be able to get something that works for you. You might just have to go into our most useful tip, which is Credit Karma.
Yeah.
You need to, guys, set up a Credit Karma account.
Do it now. Like,
it's free, it saves your life, it's everything you need.
It gives you tips, all that good stuff.
Stop the video right now.
Alright.
Sign up for a Credit Karma, come back. When you go to Credit Karma, they will recommend cards for you according to your information.
Yeah, right.
And then that way you can see what you're approved, what you have good odds of being approved for, what you probably won't get approved for, and the things that come with it. The reason you want to know this is because you don't want to apply for too many cards in a short period of time. It's going to look bad on your credit. So you want to apply for one card, get approved for, and then wait 6 months to apply for your next card. When you get this one card, you are going to make sure, there's a couple things you want to do. You want to make sure, one, that it's the best card for you. No annual fees. You don't have to worry about the interest rate because you will be paying the balance. You're not going to let the balance go over. You're not getting a credit card to keep a balance. It just doesn't make sense. You just want to make sure, like, look at the fees. There's no annual fees. You mainly just need to get a credit card that's going to work for you so you can apply for it, you get approved, and you can start buying something once a month to build your credit. Once you get your second and third card, then those cards can be something that you can actually use. But for right now, I mean, we don't know if you're coming from already good credit or bad credit, but just get the recommended card, boom. Looking at credit card right now on the iPad, there might be some rewards rates. You check that out. May or may not be a welcome bonus. That's always good, but don't get the card for the bonus.
Exactly.
That's the trap. It's like,
or the rewards, really.
The rewards, yeah, too, because pretty much what they're saying is, come get a credit card with us, spend a whole rack of money so that you can have a balance and keep that going, and then we're going to tax that money. And the little bonus that we give you is you're still going to have to pay for that because it's coming from what you're paying for. So you get a credit card for flights and then you pay over $1,000 in 3 months and get 20,000 points. Okay, I paid that $1,000, but now my credit score, just 6 factors in your credit score that they pull your credit score from. One of those factors is how much money you're actually spending on your credit limit. So if you have a $1,000 credit limit and you're spending $1,000, that's not good. If you have a $1,000 credit limit and you're spending less than 10% of that, which we are, then it's excellent. So you don't want to open a credit card and then immediately put all of this money onto the card because that's automatically, that's like not looking good on your credit already coming in. You already spent like $1,000 or
no matter if you paying in a month on time or not.
Unless you have a higher credit limit. If you spend $1,000 and you have like a $100,000 credit limit, then you still in 10%.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or is that 1%? That's 1%. No, shit, my math's.
But you get the idea.
No, we can't be wrong. We can't run numbers. If you have 1,000, if you have the fucking batteries dying. Trying to stop from being great. If you have 1,000, if you come in and you spend $1,000 and that's still 10% or less, then you're good. But if that's more than 10%, you know, and I know a lot of people say 30%, stay under 30%, but 30% is good. You know, you want it to be excellent. Stay under 10%. You're not buying a credit card to spend nothing on it.
Right.
So yeah, we gotta change the battery. We'll be back. I get some water. Late fees, you know, you just gotta check the late fee payments, balance transfer. You wanna make sure it's like easy to send money. Like you don't have to pay to send money, transfer money.
You want to make sure there's not a fee increase after a year, because sometimes they'll offer a year is free, but then the next year it goes up.
Right.
They trap you like that. I don't like that.
Right. So your first card, get that card. Whichever card, Credit Karma, they'll give you a couple options. Whatever card they say is really good. About the credit card application process, it's super quick, it's instantaneous. We thought that we would apply for that joint and get something back in like a week or something. Pretty much they ask you like your name, your social security number, and then like questions like how much money are you making annually, and then you put that information in, and then you get a green check or a X.
Accepted.
I guess an X, and it happens just like that. Once you click apply, it tells you whether or not you're approved or you'll get it. You'll get your card in the mail. Now, if you are a couple, if you have a second person that you want to put on the card and you don't have the best credit, what you should do is just apply for the credit card with your name on it. Don't add anybody else as a joint owner or an authorized user.
Until you get approved.
Until you get approved. Once you get approved, then you can add them on as an authorized user. Because if you do it in the beginning and then they're going to take their information along with your information, and that's going to decide whether you get approved or not. So if they don't have the best background or information, history, score, or whatever, that's going to affect you.
Right.
And once you get the account, you can add them as the authorized user, and then you can cut up and throw away those extra cards. You don't need all those cards. You only need one card. Each person can have their card, or you can just have one card and just make sure that you guys know the information and you save it somewhere so that you can both access the account.
Just think about if something drastic happens, something happened to your partner, and he has the money there.
If I die.
You can't access the account. You need to know all the account information.
Right.
Because that's the worst nightmare. Like you have this money sitting here, but you can't do anything because that person died.
Right.
So just to recap, make sure there's no annual fees.
Don't get your credit card because of the bonus or the rewards. What you want to do on the credit card pretty much is buy the card and spend a little bit of money on it. Pay it every month. So that's step number 1, opening a credit card. Okay, so step number 2, you want to start paying and closing off any accounts from loans or debt. What we did was we have student loans, so we just started aggressively paying off all of our loans, using all of our money. If you want to see how we did that, you can go check out that video, how we paid off our student loans fast, and also the budget video, how we budget our money. So what you're going to need in this video is plastic bags, straight up, Ziploc bags, rubber bands,
most importantly,
cash, no credit cards or debit cards. You can't put those, save those. Cash, Post-it notes,
a pen,
and most important, handy dandy
budget book.
Hey. Once you check those videos out, you'll understand what we mean by aggressively paying off your student loans or your loans.
Or your debt.
Your debt. But basically what you want to do is you want to close out those accounts as fast as possible. There's a couple things you need to know. I don't want to get into detail because all of that stuff is in that video, but there's some things that come into play when you are closing out the accounts. You might want to keep some accounts, the oldest account, so it looks good on your credit history, because the longer credit history you have, the better. The shorter it is, the worse. So if you close out one of your student loan accounts or one of your loan accounts that is your oldest loan history, like 9 years ago, you close that out, and then your next oldest loan is 5 years ago, then your score is going to take that impact from now having 4 less years of credit history.
Right.
So check that video out and then you'll see what we mean. But the next thing you want to do is you want to start aggressively paying off all your loans, closing out those accounts, because what's going to happen is, like, literally you will see your credit score jump.
Really though.
And you will see your debt go down, because what they want you to do is they want you to pay off your money minimum by minimum, little by little, spread it across the board, and then it goes nowhere and the interest still grows because you're not paying barely the interest. This is the first thing that raises the credit score. Closing off these accounts. I mean, our credit score, like, first we paid your accounts off. We paid off like 3 of your loans. And then we started paying some of my loans off. So your credit score jumped from like to like 730 something.
Yeah.
And my credit score just jumped from 697 to 742.
Yeah.
Woo!
And that was after we paid off the loans and we opened the 2 credit cards.
Right. So that's step number 2. Pay off the loans / debt one by one. Step number 3 is going to be start making payments on your card. You want to, now that you got your card, you want to buy something on it. Buy something on your card. And this is what you want to do. You want to put everything in automation. Take this money, charge my account every month this time. It's going to come from this bank account, because your credit card is going to be charged this month, but then it needs to take the money from somewhere. So it's going to have to take the money from another one of your accounts that needs to be on auto. And the trick that we have got, guys, is...
Are you ready?
Amazing. We told some people before, I think we put it in another video. The thing we buy that builds our credit. It builds our credit so good, so well, and it costs nothing.
No. It's like a secret.
I know. It's 99 cents a month per person. So we're literally raising our credit for $24 a year.
Yes.
For 2 people. $24 a year, we both are raising our credit. So the thing we're paying for is iTunes. We're paying for a cloud storage space. 99 cents a month. We get like 50 gigabytes of cloud space. We don't even use it. Basically, the credit card charges 99 cents a month. Comes from the debit card. And boom, we get that green score, that green check, 1 more month in a row that you have paid on time. Once you get to 6 months, you'll probably get a credit limit increase. If not, you can always call and ask your company for a credit limit increase. Of course, you want to have all 6 of those checks, those payments, 6 months paying on time so that they can consider it. When you set up your auto pay, you want to make sure that you set it up to pay with your current balance. The day of your auto payment, which is like, let's say it's the 15th of the month, they charge your card. On that day, whatever the current balance is will be charged to your debit card or whatever other card. Some tips. Don't charge anything else on your credit card.
Word.
Leave it alone. If you don't have the cash, you can't get it. If you can't put the money in the bank and buy it and swipe your card today, put the money in the bank today and go and pay for it today, then don't buy it. And I'm going to show you guys
6 factors.
6 factors, the credit factors. 6 factors right here. I have 5 in the green and 1 in the yellow. In the yellow, 6 years. That's because my average credit history is 6 years. They want you to pretty much have a credit card for more than like 10 years, 20 years, and it just takes time. Some of it just takes time to build. But then we have things like hard inquiries. How many hard inquiries do you have? Low impacts. I have 2 hard inquiries. Alright, but so that's good. I'm still in the green. It's just 2 hard inquiries. How many total accounts do I have? I have 25 accounts. There's a solid number of accounts on your report. So that means I have I have a good amount of accounts open, from student loans to yeah, basically all I have is student loans. We have a $10,000 credit limit. But anyways, this is another factor, credit card utilization. How much of your credit card limit that are you actually spending? So if we have a $10,000 limit, how much money of that $10,000 are we spending per month? Under 30% is good. Under 10% is excellent. So you want to keep that in excellent. My payment history is at 100%. It's green. I don't even do anything anymore. I set it to auto one night and set all our accounts to auto one night, and it's in the green. So yeah, you guys can see that's the credit. They call it credit health. Those are the 6 factors that affect your credit score. Hit us up if you guys need us to video call you and explain it a little bit.
The way I think about credit cards is you're borrowing money from somebody, right? And if you don't pay it back on time, then it's going to be taxed. So just make sure, because you're trying to build trust with these companies. You want to build trust that you are going to pay your bill on time.
Right, that's all it is.
So build your trust and be a good person. Just pay it off on time.
Be a good person.
Pay it off on time.
Be a good person and give me your money.
Right. Because when we first started this journey, we were like, oh, we don't need no credit card. I don't want no credit card. I don't want to deal with that. But at the end of the day, you gotta get a credit card. Like, you gotta have some type of credit.
Because it's like, if you get a credit card and you know the game, you play the game right, you can control your credit.
Exactly.
Versus just having the credit that they're gonna give you from everything else that's out there. You know what I'm saying? So get your credit card, play the game right, and raise your credit.
It can unlock things that you wouldn't even know.
It's crazy. It's a good tool. It's actually a good tool if you know how to use it. So step number 4, pay everything on time.
Pay on time.
I feel like I keep saying it over and over and over again, trying to figure out how else I can get you to express, like pay it on time. But like, I mean, if you don't pay it on time, let me say this. This isn't one of those things where you can say, all right, I got 1 or 2 wrong, so I still got an A, or I still got a B, or I'm still not that bad. No, like, you got to do everything right, or don't do it at all.
Especially if you want to build your credit faster.
Step number 5, get you a new car, fam. Yep, I said it. Get another credit card. You want to get a new car every 6 months. And when you get this new card, you can get a new card that works for you. Still make sure that everything's good, knowing your fees, all that stuff like that. But you pretty much want to do the same thing that we just said, steps 1 through 4, you know what I'm saying?
And the reason for opening these new cards is to build a line of credit.
Yeah.
Build that credit line history.
Make sure the card that you get, you know you're going to keep. Actually, you have to keep it because you can't cancel it. It doesn't look good to cancel a card. I mean, especially if you just open it. A lot of people think that if I just cancel all these cards and just keep this card, then it looks good, but that's actually a hard hit on your, it takes away from your credit history too. It's better to have a credit card with a long history that's in good standing than to take that history away.
Right.
So you cannot cancel any cards that you get. You need to hold them junks. And it gets to a point where you don't even really, like our financial advisor was saying, you don't even really need to pay anything for something every month.
Right.
He was saying like he just puts his cards in a drawer. Every now and then he'll get an email from like Discover or something saying, yeah, you gotta buy something the next 30 days or we'll go close your account. So he'll go buy something and then boom, he's good for another year.
Yeah.
So once you get to that point where you're building your credit and everything like that, you don't really need to use it.
And that's how, guys, that's how we raised our credit score over 100 points.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how we did it. It works for everybody that hits us up. But, you know, if you guys got any questions, you know, hit us up on social media or sicelife@gmail. And we'd be happy to help you guys get on a video call or whatever we can do to help you guys. Because we know for sure that it has worked for us.
We get to talk to people all the time on video chat, and we love to help you guys because we're in the same position. We're like, how do we do this? What do we do? Where do we start?
Right.
So please come to us.
And guys, you guys can do this. It's like,
yeah.
It's not really that hard once you get started. You know, you just gotta be ready.
We weren't born into money or anything. We weren't given some type of inheritance or anything like that. We just made a plan, really, and stuck with it, and we're doing what we gotta do.
Yeah. So, I mean, guys, we're just like you guys. She's got her loans, I got my loans. You actually have more than me. We start paying hers off on her first.
Yep, and I actually had like credit hits on my credit from years ago. It lasted 7 years. After 7 years, it went away, it disappeared. And you had marks on your credit.
Yeah, I was in default.
So yeah, if we can do that, you can too, okay?
Yeah, man.
Let's get it. Let's get this credit up.
Let's get this done. Yo, for real though, hit us up on our email, sicelife@gmail. Matter of fact, hit us up on Instagram @sicelife, and we're gonna be your accountability partners. No lie, for real. Hit us up, y'all. Let us know. We're gonna check up on you, make sure that you're still good, make sure you're still doing your thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? No, for real, because that's what it takes. You really need somebody in your corner. You need somebody like that's pushing you. I mean, you don't need, but it makes it that much easier. Yeah, guys, really just here for you guys. And yeah, let's close this video out. We love you guys.
Credit up. That down, credit up. Let's get it.
That down, credit up. Sice me, don't sice me, man.
Hey.
See you guys in the next video. Together, not divided.
Together, not divided.
Peace.
Peace.
I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's with my best friends. Turned all my L's into lessons. You see the whip pulling up, it's like skirt. Dreams pulling up, I'm like skirt. I'm living my best life.